Hey my YouTube family, how are you doing? My name is Munda. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if it's your first time coming across this channel, kindly consider subscribing and become part of this incredible family. Also, do not forget to turn on the notification bell so that you can get the notification anytime we post any new video, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video and comment on the comment section. Let's engage, guys. For the returning subscribers, thank you very much. I appreciate you consuming my content. So today, guys, come with me as we make a meal or supper for my family. So today we are going to make some omena, some greens, and some corn. Corn is a Luo name for ugali. Of course, as you know, my man is Luo and this is Luo food. So we are going to make some Luo food together. So we start by sorting out these omenas. As you see, they are very fresh. So we sort them and ensure that we leave the dirt out of the omenas so that tukusikule uchafu. You see, you can just cook them the way you got them from the market. They're usually so dirty. They have some, these things looks like worms. They are reddish, so you can always see them. They also have some dirt like are they called snails? They usually have some snails, some chafu too. Anything. There are so many that's found in the nini. As you can see here, I've sorted most of them, and you can start seeing the red things. Those are the worms I was telling you. So if you cook with them, you of course your omena won't be so nice. And the dust that comes with omena. So if you sort them, they become clean and it's easy for you to cook. So that's what I was doing here, and I did pretty well, as you can see. Oh, I took everything and left just the dirt. So as I was doing that, my ugali water was getting ready, and so I decided let's first do some ugali. Here, guys, I'm cooking number 2 ugali. You can't tell. It's nowadays sipiki ugali ya duka. I fell in love with it unga, but the only problem ni kuipika na gas. So I always opt to cook with jiko so that it can take its time na ive pole pole, because you can easily regulate it. So you just make sure. I know watu wengi wako na shida ya kupika, wanakuwa na shida ya kupika hii ugali, but you just make sure that you cook very lightly. Like usikaushe, just make it very light. Yes, very light, so that you can give it time to cook. Ukieka kama imekauka itaungua haraka na haitakuwa imeiva. But when you leave it lightly, not isishikane kabisa, like lightly, itakuwa na enough water ya kuipika. And by the end of the cooking process, it will have the right texture and the taste. You can tell. Yes, that's what I was doing here. And no, I'm saving, of course, squeezing ni kusiaga na kukula ugali ya mluya. Ida ni ugali ya mluya. Yes, it's so tasty. And I've really fallen in love with it. Besides saving some coin, it's so yummy. And so I leave that one to cook as I prepare some potatoes. These are tomatoes, some tomatoes and onions for cooking the omena and my greens. Yes, so that's what I was doing, chopping the tomatoes are for the omenas. I don't really use tomatoes in my greens. I get some heartburn unless when it's really unavoidable. So that's what I was doing. I just made some enough. Be generous with your tomatoes so that your omenas can be sumptuous. Okay, after that, so we decided that I was chopping some onions there, but my camera just said that it won't record that. But as you can see, I was just chopping some onions there. I go back, check on my ugali. Yes, as you're cooking ugali with jiko, make sure umefunga mlango kama moto ni mingi sana, or if it's not much, you can just leave it. So you just go turn it, funika, leave it to cook as you do other things. Yes, I'm going back to check it on it again. This after a few minutes, of course, and then I came back. It's still not done, and from at this point I could feel the aroma of this ugali. It was giving. So I came back and take some. It was time for the ugali to come out, and of course you can see it was so nice. It separated so easily, and I put in some onions to make my, these onions were to make this nini greens, as I added some more for making the omena. Yes, I love my omena with a lot of onions. Onions makes everything sweet. So there I was making some the kitungu that you just seen ilikuwa ya greens. I could not show you that because I was the only person who was filming. I could not multitask. So let's concentrate on the omena. So start by washing them. Make sure you put some hot water, hot, not warm, hot water. Wash them. Koroga na mwiko, zikoroge vizuri. Yes, koroga na, use your it's called a wooden stick. Yes, koroga vizuri to ensure that uchafu zote zimetoka. And as you can see, nilishindwa kutoa na mkono because the water was really hot. So I decided to use the serving spoon to put the same omena into cleaner and hot water. So do not strain your omena. If you strain them, you will leave the omena with all the dirt, all the dust, that goes under that descends on the water. So remove your omena, leave the dirt in the water, and transfer them into clean water. So after that, you just rinse them. You can add some cold water and transfer them in a hot sufuria while you dry them. Dry them completely dry every water completely before adding anything else. So we put them here, and then we just keep on tossing them to ensure that they are really dry. Yes, so I decided to put some ugali for my baby because he could not wait for the omena and greens. So here we are giving him some milk and ugali. That's his favorite meal. And we go back, turn our omena to make sure they do not stick, but they keep on drying. Yes, keep on checking on them. And so here, guys, I decided to switch and start with putting onions. But usually, I usually start by putting some oil so that I can just dry fry them a bit. You dry fry them, you can dry fry them as much as possible, but it doesn't make any difference as long as you've really dried them before you add anything. So we've added our onions and some generous amount of oil. Oil makes omena. So that's what we are doing, and keep on tossing them. Keep on tossing them. Do not add anything else until they are completely cooked. Yes, until they are well cooked. So keep on tossing them. Let them cook in the oil. So at this point, we want to add, they have really cooked for some time, and we've added our tomatoes. Allow them to cook so that you can easily mash them, so that it doesn't have those remains. Okay, this is what we were doing. You can see our onions are our tomatoes are well cooked. Just leave them to cook a bit. Yes, they are cooked. As you can see, it's becoming so sweet. And today I made a bit of change. I added some milk. Oh my goodness, this omena slapped. If you add some milk, they are so sumptuous, and our meal is ready. On the other hand, our greens were already ready. I just don't do a lot on greens. Just make the onions and then put the greens and some cube and salt. That's all that I do for my greens. And so at this point, we are ready to eat our food. Look at that omena. I'm telling you, it was slapping. So let's serve for my baby. Oh my goodness, I'm salivating. I wish you are here to eat. As you can see, the tomatoes are well mashed, and it gives this omena that sweet color, sweet red color, which is so nice. Let's add some greens. Yes, some greens. They are just greens, yes, without tomatoes. I just love them that way. When you add a cube in your greens, it makes everything sweet. Yes, Don't mind, of course, here we don't eat a lot of ugali, but of course we eat a lot of greens, and the portion for protein and vegetables should be more than that of carbohydrate. Okay, so and then we slice our ugali. Do you remember what I told you about cooking ugali when it's so soft? You can see now it has the right texture. Inakatika vizuri, high stick. Yes, you just keep the ugali covered with the sufuria so that you can continue cooking while you're cooking other things. Yes, so the meal is ready, guys. Let's take to the man of the house to eat. I'll see you in my next video.